Hello everybody, welcome back to our coverage. We make our way back inside the Chiang Mai County Stadium right here in Taiwan as we bring you this action from the ASEAN Basketball League season number 9. It's going to be the Wolf Warriors, the road team today, going up against the Formosa Dreamers, who are looking to go spotless this weekend. You guys are joined by Martin Javier, Kirk Long in this coverage. And Kirk, we take a look at the team standings here. We have a great game ahead of us here between Formosa and the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, and Formosa Dreamers really have made a statement this season, and a big statement at home. In all their home games, they've had a lot of success. It's hard to come in here and get wins. The Wolf Warriors at the bottom, yet you still have to respect every single team in the ABL, all the teams with potential players to come out and get wins on any day.
And you see here the introduction of the Wolf Warriors. They only have 7 players to field in this ball game against the Formosa Dreamers. We'll leave the discussion there first, and we will now go to our team introduction and pre-game activities. Back to our coverage, second encounter of the season Between these two teams, first game won by the Formosa Dreamers 107-81. In previous games for both of these teams, let's go first to the Wolf Warriors, a blowout loss against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on the road, Kurt.
Yeah, definitely a tough team to play in Alab, especially on the road in Santa Rosa, and tough one for the Wolf Warriors. Definitely would like to bounce back and be more competitive here today.
And of course, the Formosa Dreamers just yesterday using a big second, third, and fourth quarters to defeat Hong Kong Eastern here at home to open their homestand on a winning note.
Yeah, they have a lot of home games coming up, and that was definitely a great way for them to start yesterday, going up against Sam DeGuara and Elliott, some talented players, but the Dreamers just too deep and, could hurt them in too many ways.
That's right. Emphatic win for the Formosa Dreamers. This guy will not be with the Wolf Warriors today. Tsai Chen had 32 points against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's a lot of points on the board. Well, the Wolf Warriors will be missing in action today.
Yeah, Kai Chen definitely will be missed. His presence to just score the basketball inside and out just comes with a mentality that definitely helps the Wolf Warriors out, and he will be missed.
And this guy, Chang Wei, well, filled in for the absence of Li Shui Lin, scored 10 points off the bench, a big contribution for him. And Will Artino, the highest point scorer for the Formosa Dreamers yesterday, did a little bit of everything in that game. 29-12, 6, 2, and 2 for him.
Yeah, and he's used to that, though. Will Artino has continued to impress. The only thing that stopped him this season is the ankle injury in himself, but when he's out there on the court, he's always making good things happen for his team, whether he's taking it to the basket, spotting up to shoot the outside shot, or he's oftentimes their leading assist person as well, because he knows when the double team comes, he knows how to find his open teammates.
Yesterday, he outplayed Sam DeGuara against Hong Kong Eastern, and we have a world import matchup here. Malcolm Miller going head-to-head against the 40-year-old journeyman, Corey Bradford of the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, Malcolm Miller is just a guy you cannot give him an inch of space. He's just a knockdown three-point shooter. He can do a variety of other things, but he most of the time is deadly from beyond the three-point arc. And then a guy like Corey Bradford, just a veteran player, strong body, and he's just a workhorse. He'll have a lot of pressure on his shoulders today, but he's very capable of helping his team and putting up big numbers as well.
Malcolm Miller had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in yesterday's game against Hong Kong Eastern. You guys are seeing our referees for today's game. Indonesia, India, and Malaysia represented here on the floor. Again, you guys are watching the ASEAN Basketball League Rise to Greatness. This is season number 9, and the fans are very excited here inside our venue, Changi County Stadium. And another reason to celebrate for them, if Formosa gets a win against the Wolf Warriors this afternoon, they will clinch their very first playoff berth here in the ABL. Their first in 2 years so far. Because last year they were not able to make it. This year they're at number 2 right now, a chance to go to the playoffs and secure that today with a W.
Yeah, that's, I'm sure, one of their goals since day one of the ABL season was to get that playoff berth. And I know now they have much bigger aspirations to even go further once they do make the playoffs. But it is a team I'm excited for them to get into the postseason and see what they can do. I think they can make a deep run. And especially this fan base is a great fan base, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And, they really come out and support their squad here in Talion. And, should be a lot of fun to continue to see them perform.
One of the best crowds in the league here in Changi County Stadium. And you see the starting unit from both sides. Chen Xinyan will continue to start and fill in for the injured Li Shui Lin, who is still nursing that right leg injury. But they have a lot of players to replace Li Shui Lin today, and they're facing a 7-man deep Wolf Warriors team who is going to be led by Bradford Bell and Shontas Patterson in this lineup. First meeting, again, going to the the Formosa Dreamers rather, but it was way back in November, Kurt, and there have been a lot of changes, especially in the lineup of the Wolf Warriors. Back then, they still had, their Deshaun Patterson, or Shontes Mitchell, Deshaun Mitchell rather, there you go. That was their very first lineup. And they also had Eric Tisby back then. So this is going to be a slightly different lineup fielded in by the Wolf Warriors. Ball is up, game is underway. Wolf Warriors first crack at the basket, and with a roster that is only 7-man deep, they need to preserve their energy. They need to play slow here, Kurt.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's a good start. You know, inside outside action, going down low to Sun first, and good recognition to get it out to Patterson. So the Wolf Warriors definitely a team. They know how to play smart. They have the pieces, what it takes. They haven't had much luck getting wins this year, but they're still going to come out and compete hard.
Malcolm Miller missing his first shot off the ball game. Again, the Dreamers playing on the second game of a back-to-back here this weekend. Corey Bradford, the 40-year-old, guarding Chen Xinyan, another veteran, this time on the side of the Dreamers. Here comes Mike Bell. Bell against Artino. Good matchup here at the 5 position. Patterson kicking it out. Liu Zhu hesitating on the free. 3 seconds to shoot. Oh, and that's a second basket here for the Wolf Warriors.
This is exactly how they wanted to start. You know, get that confidence early. You're in someone else's home court. You want to get those early baskets and try and take the crowd out of it as much as you can.
And they're very patient also in their offense early, as the Formosa Dreamers will miss their second in a row. Here come the Wolf Warriors, a chance to build a good significant lead here early on. Soon He Fang attacking. Short hook will not work. Kenny Chen securing the rebound. Dreamers on the move. They go to Malcolm all day to shoot. Too strong. Glass hustling. Glass no good on the putback. One more time here for Malcolm. Still no go.
And so far, those are good looks for the Dreamers. They had somewhat of a slower start yesterday, too. We know they're capable of making those shots, but right now, it's the Warriors who are really putting the pressure on the Dreamers. And with the 7-man lineup, I sort of expect Coach Dean Murray to want us to try to get the ball down low to Artino. Glass, continue to attack them, put pressure on them, maybe get some guys in foul trouble so that they have to be a little bit more timid on defense.
That's right, but so far the Dreamers have settled for the outside shot, just like that by Chen Xinyan. Another miss for the home squad. Wolf Warriors, blistering start for them here earlier. It was Shantez Patterson who nailed the three-pointer. So here comes Liu Zhu, looking for a teammate. He finds Bradford, the shooter. Bradford rolling out for that one. Chen Xinyan leading the break. Kenny Chen, another good look. This time he knocks it down.
Yeah, the crowd was waiting for that. Eventually, the Dreamers are going to knock those shots down. They're one of the top 3-point shooting percentage teams in the league, and they know how to get those open shots as well. But Wolf Warriors also proving to us so far, you know, they're willing and able to get these open shots and knock them down also. That's why you got to respect all these teams in the league. You have to show up every single day with your A game if you want to get wins.
And how about Liu Zhu? A couple of baskets early in the first quarter. Artino missing on the other end. Wolf Warriors building an early lead. Patterson attacks, and that's going to be a turnover on Tess Patterson. As we go to the other side here, it's going to be white shirts basketball.
And that's what you can't do against the Formosa Dreamers. Once you try to go one-on-one, they're too good of a defensive team, individually and team-wise, just to help each other out. You're not going to have much success going one-on-one. You got to keep the ball moving and help each other get the good looks.
And for the Wolf Warriors, every possession will count here as they try to find out this complete, or this almost complete Dreamers lineup as Artino scores on the tip, cutting the lead to 5. Bradford bringing the ball down. Plays the 1 and the 2 positions for the Wolf Warriors. Tess Patterson against Miller. The extra pass to Mike Bell, that's a good look. Kenny Chen grabbing the rebound. And here comes Miller. Glass down the lane. Oh, off the glass, set in for Tevin Glass.
Yeah, such a versatile player. You know, Glass will choose to attack the rim most of the time with his athletic frame. But, you know, we saw him yesterday against Sam DeGuara. If you don't respect the jump shot, he can knock that down too.
But the Wolf Warriors moving the ball around very well. That was Bradford finding Sun He Fang underneath. And they restored the 5-point advantage. But yesterday, you're right, Tevin Glass played very well against Big Sam DeGuara. And he's got the smaller Mike Bell on him in this matchup. Miller from the free throw line. That's good. So the Dreamers starting to catch fire after missing a lot of attempts earlier.
Yeah, they were all good attempts, though. They stayed calm, composed. They know it's a 40-minute game, and eventually those shots are going to fall. Malcolm Miller with one of the sweetest strokes in the ABL. Just a great ability to put the ball down the court and pull it up, or catch and shoot, and we'll see him finish all the way at the basket today sometime, I'm sure, too.
All of the three imports of the Dreamers can do a lot of things for this team. But before we get to that story, we have a timeout here on the floor. This was a basket earlier by Tevin Glass, cutting the lead down to 3. It is 12-9 early in the first for the Wolf Warriors. Back to the ball game here, and after the fast start of the Wolf Warriors, the Dreamers starting to recover here, only down by 3. But the green shirts will have possession right off the timeout. Soon have Feng finding Bradford on the inbound. Bradford stops, shoots, doesn't score. That was off to the side for Corey Bradford. And the Dreamers are on the attack again. Cheng Xinyan finding Kenny Chen. That will slow down the offense. They go to Malcolm Miller on top. Cheng Xinyan squares his feet, knocks in the 3.
Leaving off right where he started yesterday, and just a great shooter, plays with composure, plays within the offense, and one of the blessings that these Dreamers have in a veteran point guard like him.
And that's why they're not missing the fallen Lee Shui Lin, and that's because they have another veteran point guard in Chen Xinyan to step up for them, the starting unit. This is the basket earlier. Yet another good look from the 3-point range for the Formosa Dreamers, Kirk.
Yeah, the Wolf Warriors playing a lot of zone defense. They gotta know where all of them are at a time. Once you sleep on any of the Dreamers, all of them are capable of knocking down that 3-point shot.
Yesterday against Hong Kong Eastern, they nailed 17 3-pointers. Kenny Chen will slow it down here, give it back to his point guard. Miller goes to Glass, the baseline jumper. That's good. Glass starting to feel it. And the Dreamers take the lead for the first time. This is now a 14-5 run for the Formosa Dreamers, but Bradford with the answer for the Wolf Warriors, able to tie it up again.
Yeah, Bradford just such a strong upper body, as we see the unselfish play here, and Tevin Glass finishing on the other side. But Bradford just a strong body and just quick spin move to the baseline. And Kenny Chen has had a tough matchup yesterday guarding Elliott, and one of the premier scorers. And today, if he's going to continue to guard Bradford, he really has his work cut out for him.
That's right. 2 difficult assignments in back-to-back games for Kenny Chen. That's no problem. He has fully accepted that role this season in guarding the best players of the other teams as Glass breaks away underneath. Good find by Will Artino. Dreamers get the steal on the other end. Miller, Chen for 3. Chen knocks it down.
Wow, that's just transition basketball at its finest. Starts with a great defense by Artino to get in the passing lane, but just unselfish play. These guys know how to space the floor in transition, and they all have that confidence. 20 seconds left on the shot clock, no problem. If they're open from the 3-point land, they knock it down.
And the Dreamers starting to create separation here in the first quarter. Chen Xinyan had an open look. Chen for 3. Oh, back-to-back hits for Kenny Chen.
Wow, Kenny Chen, I mean, he has to work hard on defense. You know, he loves to take it to the basket. That's another thing that's developed so well in his game, is his ability to continue to be consistent from knocking down those 3-point shots. And, you know, they just have so many weapons on this Dreamers team. You never know who's going to step up.
Yeah, that's a key word for Kenny Chen. Consistency on knocking down that 3-point shot. Last year, he was very shaky from that area. This year, he has significantly improved in that area. And you see here, again, the newcomer. Newest addition to the lineup of the Formosa Dreamers, Jeff Wu. His Chinese name is Wu Yung Cheng, a member of the Team B of the national team here in Taiwan. Played for Sacramento State in NCAA Division I basketball. Back on the floor for the Formosa Dreamers. And Bradford will bring the ball down. He goes in alongside Cheng Wei, who we talked about earlier in the pregame. Had 10 points off the bench. Woo Sung Wei breaking the play up. That will be tapped out, and ball will stay with the Wolf Warriors.
And the Wolf Warriors with this lineup, they actually have a size advantage. And the Dreamers still in that man-to-man defense as we see the nice high-low action from Artino to Tevin Glass. But I would sort of expect them, the Wolf Warriors, to try to do some more post-ups. That's a great drive to the basket, but they have that size to post up the smaller Dreamer lineup right now.
This is now a 15-5 run for the Formosa Dreamers. Cheng Wei missing his first attempt. Patterson getting the rebound. Shontas Patterson will go to Bradford, who bodies Woo Sung Wei up. That's a foul on Woo. Here's the drive earlier by Shontas Patterson, taking it strong, blowing by Jeff Woo on his way to the basket.
Yeah, and if Jeff Woo is going to continue to guard Patterson, that's a mismatch right there, you know. Patterson, big, strong body, can get to the basket, and I expect him to stay aggressive.
And they continue to go to that matchup. Woo Sung Wei getting the steal on the helm. He will break away. Oh, that was partially deflected by Patterson, but he still went in. Woo Sung Wei with a basket for the Dreamers. His first 2 points as Artino plays the passing lane very well in that sequence, tapping the ball out. Look at the help here by Woo. Getting the steal, or starting the steal, and the score on the other end for the white shirts. But Artino will take a rest. Tian Lei entering the ball game for Formosa. Liu Zhu. Dreamers starting to break away. That's a foul at the post. And it's going to be on the uber-aggressive Tevin Glass.
Yeah, that's a hard guy to post up against. Glass that time being a little bit too physical. But if I'm the Wolf Warriors, I'm still looking at Patterson. I know Jeff Woo is a great defender, quick defender, but get Patterson the ball down low. He has about 6 inches of height advantage against his defender.
And they go instead here. Oh, good up and under. No conversion though, but Sun FM still no go from point blank range. He gets it back, still no good.
Yeah, those are tough baskets if you're the Wolf Warriors and you want to compete on the road. You got to find ways to knock those shots down.
Glass on the baseline drive. And Tevin Glass has scored 6 points in this first quarter. Or make that 8 for Tevin now. 26-17 lead. That 7-0 start by the Wolf Warriors already forgotten in this first quarter. Jeff Woo. Woo Sung Wei, good look. No good from 3, they get another chance. Jeff Woo, no conversion. Here's the outlet, Tess Patterson. That was a bit too strong for Tess Patterson to catch. And 36.8 seconds remaining in the first frame. Formosa will have the ball. Back and forth action towards the end of this first quarter. Woo Sung Wei. Cheng Wei finding Jeff Woo. Jeff Woo goes middle, back out to Tian Lei. Good defense here being played by the Wolf Warriors. And that's going to be a bailout on Lee Jun.
Yeah, Lee Jun has to realize Tevin Glass how quick he is, even with that hesitation dribble. And the Dreamers doing a good job. Wolf Warriors are playing this zone 2-3 zone defense, and the Dreamers are a great passing team. They're going to continue to find open shots for each other if they keep moving the ball the way they do.
That was a good defensive sequence for the Wolf Warriors in a good portion of that shot clock before that foul. Jeff Woo. A fresh 14 to work with for the Formosa Dreamers. About 2 seconds difference between the clocks. Cheng. Tian Lei hand in his face. A bit too strong. Patterson gets it back. Patterson. Oh, they don't get a shot off as time will expire. And at the end of the first 10 minutes of play here in Changhua County Stadium, the Formosa Dreamers are recovering just in time to grab the 9-point lead over the Wolf Warriors. at the video here first of Changhua, and a beautiful place. You've been here 7 months, I think, Kurt. And how do you like the place so far?
Oh, Taiwan's a beautiful country, very friendly people, and I've enjoyed, my entire family has enjoyed our time here very much.
There you go. 7 months in, and well, it looks like you're really having fun here. And entering the second frame again, sending our birthday greetings to our COO, the boss, Jericho Ilagan. Happy birthday to you. Hope you enjoy your day and the month of February here in the ABL as well.
Yes, happy birthday, Boss Jericho. It's league is blessed to have you as a leader and all your basketball knowledge, and appreciate you allowing us to be a part of it.
Yeah, and we're gifting you with this game between the Dreamers and the Wolf Warriors. And this game continues to stay close as Mike Bell drops in the jumper. That is his first 2 points off the ball game. Artino too strong on the jumper. Oh, Woo Sung Wei with good hustle, saving it to the wrong man though. Bell on the move, slipped, and fell down. Turnover for the Wolf Warriors.
As long as Bell's okay, they'll live with that. I mean, they'd love to have a layup on a fast break opportunity like that, but they cannot afford to lose any more bodies. Speaking of the Wolf Warriors, so hopefully he's fine after being tripped up.
And he went to the other end, so it looks like he's going to shake it off, and they commit, or they force the miss on the other side of the Wolf Warriors, or for the Wolf Warriors here. 8:47 remaining. Woo Sung Wei will take a seat for the Formosa Dreamers. Replacing him is Jeff Wu or Malcolm Miller here. Miller on the rebound. He is on the move. Miller to Artino. Artino, baseline drive, fouled in the process by Sun Hefan.
Yeah, Sun Hefan sort of lost track of where Artino was here on the baseline, and good job by Malcolm Miller to find it, but you just got to slide your feet and cut that drive off a little bit earlier if you're Sun Hefan.
But that's Artino. He's going to continue to attack just like what he did yesterday against this relatively slower Deguara, and Artino amounted to 29 points on his way to the end of that ball game. And here's Will Artino, the Creighton product, a longtime roommate and teammate of Dougie McBuckets, Dougie McDermott, who now plays for the Indiana Pacers, knocks in the second.
Yeah, and I need the Wolf Warriors right now. They got to continue to work as a team against this Dreamers defense. Last couple possessions, seeing Bell, you know, taking just one pass, straightaway shot. Yeah. You gotta work it around like that. Drive, penetrate, make the Dreamers play defense, and that's a great finish by Lee to get a much-needed bucket here.
That's a good big boy three for Lee Jun, and Chen had the open look but could not take advantage. Here comes Mike Bell, bounce pass, Tess Patterson. That is bothered by Malcolm Miller. 2-on-2 break. Artino, Tianlei. Dipsy-do will not work. Miller gets it back. Malcolm back to Miller. 4-3. That's good. Malcolm Miller drops in defeat to extend the lead to 8.
Yeah, that's what you can't do if you're the Wolf Warriors. Give them second chance opportunities. They forced Tianlei to miss the first shot, but if you don't box out, the Dreamers will make you pay, and making the Dreamers pay is Bradford, who continues to stay resilient in his attack.
And the outside shooting, enabling the Wolf Warriors to hang around here in the second frame. That's back-to-back piece for them. Danny Chen on the reverse. No basket though, but we got a foul, and that will be against the Formosa Dreamers.
That's the Kenny Chen that I love to watch. I love to see him shoot the outside shot, but he is very explosive and creative going to the basket. Not one of those guys with amazing length or height, but still very creative, and there'll be a lot of shots like that that he's able to finish, so he'll keep attacking.
Good blow by there against Tess Patterson. There's Liu, the feed to Bell. Bell, oh, denied from behind by Artino. Here comes Chen Xinyan. Leaves it off. Artino deflected by Patterson. Wolf Warriors forcing a lot of turnovers here against the Dreamers. Malcolm Miller, though, getting it back on the other end. 6.5 remaining. Miller for three. That's a good look. Patterson gets it back. Bradford will attack Kenny Chen. Oh, Bradford able to put that one in.
Man, it's just a strong body and not much you can do when he puts his head down and decides to just muscle it in there. And there's a reason Bradford has been playing and been so productive for so long.
Yeah, 40-year-old Corey Bradford playing like he's 25. Here's Miller. Could not knock it in. Wolf Warriors only down by 3 here in the second frame. Patterson will attack and score. Lead is down to 1.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the Wolf Warriors. Continue to put pressure. Maybe the Dreamers' legs a little bit tired from a long game last night against Hong Kong Eastern, and good job by the Wolf Warriors to keep the pressure on them.
Here's the quick timeout called by Coach Dean Murray. It's now a 7-0 run, 7 unanswered points by the Wolf Warriors to cut the lead to a point. Coverage here in your ASEAN Basketball League, and a 12-4 quarter for the Wolf Warriors to cut the lead to a point, and 7 unanswered points so far, led by Corey Bradford, who scored 5 straight earlier. Miller finding Artino. Artino attacks and scores, and that's a 3-point play opportunity for Will Artino.
Yeah, and Sun Huafeng has to be careful now, picking up a couple fouls here early in the game. You know, if Royal Artino catches it that deep and has that opportunity, you almost just got to give it to him and save your fouls, because your team needs you to be out there.
And Artino completing the 3-point play, has a good touch for a big man. And the lead is 4 with that basket. Here's the steal by Miller. Risky pass by Mike Bell. Oh, but Miller stepping on the sideline there. So this is unusual for the Formosa Dreamers to be committing a lot of turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting some steals, but in transition they have made some mistakes. And Coach Dean Murray, I'm sure will have a plan to talk about some of those mistakes during halftime.
Wolf Warriors on the attack again. Mike Bell on the outside shot. That will not work, and ball will sail out with almost halfway through our second frame. Coach Matt Skillman on your screens. Wolf Warriors at 2-17. They've only won against the Mono Vampire and, of course, the Westports Malaysia Dragons, both at home. Miller, mid-range jumper. Artino, the tip doesn't work again. Bell puts it down on the floor, and he will wait. He will get it to Corey Bradford. Bradford on the pull-up. Oh, Bradford knocks it down.
Wow, that's a great shot in transition. Bradford, such confidence and energy on defensive end too. And big reason that it's a 1-point game right now.
Miller, though, taking it back on the other end with his own version of a 3.
And how many times yesterday did we see Hong Kong Eastern and the Dreamers just, you know, take turns knocking down the 3 balls?
You're right.
It must be something about Chunghwa Stadium here. These shooters feel very comfortable.
The baskets here are extra big here in Changhua County Stadium. A lot of players feeling good about their outside shot. That was a score inside by the Wolf Warriors, cutting the lead to 2 again. Kenny Chen finding Glass from mid-range. And Tevin Glass will continue to score.
Yeah, great job by Kenny Chen. Get into the heart of the defense. Defense collapses and he finds an open teammate. And Tevin Glass does not miss many of those opportunities.
So we continue to trade baskets here as Patterson pulls up. Off to the side, Bell will get it back. 50-50 balls in favor of the Wolf Warriors here. Bell underneath converts.
And that's where I'd like to see Bell hang out a little bit more. You know, he has a decent stroke from outside, but definitely going to be much more effective to his team when he gets the ball down there under the basket.
And again, they continue to give the Dreamers those outside shots. And they're saying ball will stay with the Dreamers here, to the dismay of some of the players of the Wolf Warriors, because they felt it was last touch on Formosa.
Yeah, just these players know how important each possession is in these games. They want it every time they can get it.
Artino, the shot bothered, second shot bothered as well by Bell. Here comes Mike Bell. The feed, the basket, Sun He-Feng converts the foul and the finish and a free-point play opportunity.
Yeah, great job by the Wolf Warriors. Know that Artino was still down on the offensive end, not getting back yet. One of their rim protectors, and the Wolf Warriors, every time they can push the ball, try to get these easy points in transition. They need to continue to do that.
Mike Bell with a couple of good blocks on Will Artino. And the Wolf Warriors suddenly have the lead, 39-38. How will the Formosa Dreamers respond? Chen Xinyan setting the table. Chen goes middle, goes back out to Glass. Glass, bothered there by Bell. Chen on the drive. Chen puts it up and in.
He's relentless, folks, and he can score. He's in so many ways going to the basket. I love watching Kenny Chen.
And on the other end, they deny Corey Bradford. But how about the length of Mike Bell? That's been bothering the Formosa Dreamers here in the first half. But Kenny Chen overcomes that length and able to put that ball high and in. A timeout here on the floor. The Dreamers ahead by a matchstick here in the first half.
Lushu, take the ball out of bounds. Lushu, take the ball out of bounds. Mike, ball side. Ball side. Grant here. Tez here. Corey here. Here. Mike, pick for Grant. Grant, go, pop. Tez, pin back, pick for Mike. Roll to the ball. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Boy, that's a quick timeout. They're starting it when the clock stops. I mean, it's got to be a minute and a half. The timeouts are a minute and a half, not a minute. And they're starting it when the clock stops. They got to give us a full timeout.
And 39 left in our second frame, and the Dreamers have the 1-point lead, but they continue to trade baskets here with the Wolf Warriors, who have surged back in this game. Kirk briefly taking the lead earlier. Chen, Chen with a dipsy-do,
and he keeps winning the hearts of these fans here in Chunghwa more and more every single game. I feel like they love seeing what Kenny Chen comes up with, and that time just with a little scoop up and under in the air.
But Corey Bradford continues his hot shooting here in the first half. 14 points now across his name. Here's the lob, Artino underneath. Artino, short stop works.
Man, that's a nice spin move. I haven't seen it executed much from underneath the basket going backwards, but that tells you how crafty Artino is, and has the skill set and the ability to put the ball on the floor so well against other big men.
Such a skillful guy. And speaking of craftiness, wow, Liu Zhu with a great move for the Wolf Warriors. Field goal percentage 66 or 68% for the Wolf Warriors here in the second frame, and that's enabled them to tie things up here at 44 apiece. Bradford, cross-court pass. Liu Zhu deciding to move closer. Back out to Bell. They swing the ball around. Here comes Tess Patterson. 8 seconds to work with. He's got the smaller Chen Xinyan. Patterson will attack. And on his way is fouled. He will head to the line for 2 shots. Here's the play earlier. Kenny Chen going to the other side, a scoop and a hoop for Chen. But Corey Bradford nailing that long free-pointer as the response for the Wolf Warriors.
It seems like anytime Kenny Chen has success on the offensive end, it's almost like Bradford takes it personally, and he comes back with something of his own on the following possession for the Wolf Warriors. So we'll just see how much can Bradford, maintain this type of energy leading his team. But so far he has to be happy with the contribution that he's gotten from his teammates also, who have also stepped up and been winning a lot of their individual matchups as well.
And following him in the scoring department is Tess Patterson with 10 points. Speaking of, Patterson jams it home. And the Wolf Warriors will take a 3-point lead. Here is Miller. They go to Artino, back out to Chen. Could not take it back. Here comes Yuzu with a save. Bradford on the move. Patterson falls down. It's slow to get up there as Kenny Chen breaks away.
And that's what the Dreamers need. They need their defense to step up and be the thing that propels them to cut this lead down, as we see a bad turnover by Liu.
Wow.
Trying to get it up the court.
So the Dreamers will have a lot of time to work with here as we approach the end of the first half. Miller fires, missing. 3 seconds for Bradford. Bradford from half court. Not a good line, Kirk, but way short for Corey Bradford. As we end the first 2 quarters of play, the Wolf Warriors with a surprise here on the road, leading it by a point, 47-46. Halftime stats and analysis coming your way. You guys are watching ABL 9 Rise to Greatness. All right, we are at halftime here inside Changi County Stadium. 1-point lead for the visiting Wolf Warriors against the Formosa Dreamers. Our score 47-46. As you're joined by Martin Javier, Kirk Long in this game. And you see here the numbers of the first 2 quarters of play. Kirk, what a turnaround in the second frame for the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, Wolf Warriors really showing us some moments where, you know, they can compete with any top team in the ABL. And, you know, it's been a variety of guys. It's not just Bradford. They've had Liu Xu, Sun Huafeng, Patterson. They've all taken their turns, you know, taking some of the load off each other offensively. So it's just been fun to see. They're 6 out of 16 from 3-point land, and that's big as well, just spacing out the floor.
And Mike Bell only with 4 points here, but he's made his mark on the defensive end. He's altered a lot of shots of the Formosa Dreamers in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, definitely. He got Artino back-to-back times on one possession, and like you said, altered a lot of the other shots. So you know, they're just not doing anything, speaking of the Wolf Warriors, to really hurt themselves. They're taking care of the ball, they're finding open shots, and they're just trying to do some things, frustrate the Dreamers on the defensive end. And Dreamers not quite shooting as well as they did yesterday.
That's right.
And that could change here in the second half. But then, you know, still credit to the Wolf Warriors for doing what they need to do to stay in this game.
We resume our coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League season number 9. Rising to greatness this season, and we've got the Wolf Warriors and the Formosa Dreamers playing here in the second half. Once again, we are live inside Changi County Stadium in Taiwan. The Dreamers in a second game of a back-to-back weekend. For them, they trailed by a point to start the second half here against the visiting Wolf Warriors. You guys are joined by Martin Javier, Kirk Long, as Des Patterson knocks down his first shot off the second half and creating this 3-point advantage for the Green Shirts.
Yeah, and the Wolf Warriors have done very well. And Patterson, all these guys very laid back, relaxed. They feel very comfortable right now. They've taken the Dreamers crowd out of it and just feel like they can take their man one-on-one,
right.
And that's what Patterson's been doing. You know, he has that crafty ball handling skills, and they're getting high-quality shots because of each other, or even in the isolation game. So they're fully confident right now that they can take this game and steal one.
Oh, but Malcolm Miller ties it up here at 49 all with that three-pointer. For the Wolf Warriors, their efficiency alone has put them in control, at least in the first half, because they shot about above 50% in that first half. Despite Formosa Dreamers forcing more turnovers, getting more rebounds and opportunities for them. Here's the kick out. Yuzu could not connect. They get the ball back. Shortstop, Sun Hefen, missing everything there.
Yeah, and the Dreamers have to realize they're going to have more defense, good defensive possessions like that. You know, the Dreamers, of course, able to score the basketball, as we see a nice shot by Chin, but, you know, the Dreamers are a good team and have won so many games because of their defensive effort, too. And right now, they just seem to be letting the Wolf Warriors get a little bit better looks than what they normally allow.
And unlike the start of this ball game, Formosa Dreamers starting the second half with a couple of baskets. This one being the latest from Chen Xinyan, who scores on the mid-range. And Dreamers are back on top by 2 points, 51-49. Bradford here to inbound. Bradford, of course, leading the way for the Wolf Warriors with 14 big points. And this is a foul.
Officials are going to say he was already in control of the ball going up, so gonna have 2 free throws here.
So freebies coming up here for Miguel, who hasn't scored that much, only 5 points across his name. But again, as we mentioned earlier, during our halftime break, he has made his mark on the defensive end. And look at him hustle here. Could not secure the leather though. But you love the extra effort from Miguel today.
Yeah, definitely a unique, long, athletic body, and it's good for him to stay active. And he's been a great rim protector, as you said.
This is just a matchstick lead being held by the Formosa Dreamers. The bounce pass to Artino. Denied by Tess Patterson, but we have a foul first. And
Patterson started at the top of this zone, and great ball movement by Dreamers got that Will Artino at first an open look underneath the basket until Patterson came out of nowhere and challenged it up top.
And Will Artino taking advantage of the freebies, giving them the 2-point advantage. Artino right now for the Dreamers, he's got 9 points in the ball game, 8 in the first 2 quarters of play. So a 3-point advantage back for the Formosa Dreamers. Wolf Warriors with the leather. Bradford surveying the floor. Not a lot of movement on the offense here for the Wolf Warriors. Bradford takes it himself, knocks it down.
Such a strong body. Man, Kenny Chen cut him off going to his right, but he just puts it behind the back, gathers himself and knocks down the jumper. And just a great individual move by Patterson.
Miller could not answer. And the Wolf Warriors with yet another opportunity here. Oh, no look pass. Tess Patterson tried to save it.
Yeah, that's not what you need from Bell. I mean, he has his strengths, but he also has his weaknesses. Running the court, setting up the fast break is not necessarily what the Wolf Warriors need in Bell. And Patterson, a fast athlete, wasn't even able to track it down. So try to make the simple plays. Stay within yourself if you're the Wolf Warriors.
Malcolm Miller off the glass and in. And he makes them pay on the other end. 3-point lead again. Bradford on the drive this time. Sun Hefen gets the putback. Bradford a little frustrated after that shot. Felt he was fouled.
I think he should be more frustrated with himself, though. He made the move. He got a good look. Maybe a little bit of contact, but he still could have finished that one.
And Patterson getting the steal. Shantez waiting for his teammates. Back out to Yuzu, who doesn't choose. For Bradford, Patterson no good on the free. Will Artino, he is on the move. He will miss the layup, but Malcolm Miller getting it back. Kenny Chen, closer range, still no go. Artino with a slight putback.
That's what I like to see Artino do. You know, he's a very finesse player, but when he goes inside and is aggressive on the rebounds and uses that big long frame that he has, it even makes him more of a complete package.
That's why they've taken a significant amount of shots here in this ball game. A lot more than the Wolf Warriors so far. Miller from the corner. Too strong. Patterson gets it back. Rebound goes to the Wolf Warriors with yet another opportunity to inch closer.
And Malcolm Miller, even though he's knocked down several threes today, he still hasn't been, to me, his normal self.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of open looks, and a lot of games he's exploded for much bigger numbers with the same amount of looks.
Not as efficient as yesterday, but Kevin Glass carving space underneath and getting the basket for the home squad. Here is Mike Bell.
And that's what Malcolm Miller has done well, though. Even though his shot's not falling like the normal high percentage, he still has 7 assists already in this game, so he's getting his teammates involved well.
Good playmaking here from Malcolm Miller. Soon have fan call for the travel. So this could create a more comfortable separation for the Formosa Dreamers. Could be an important possession coming up. Here is the move earlier by Tevin Glass. The setup job by Malcolm Miller on the other end. Soon have Feng scoring on the short hook. Miller, two-man game, and Artino will stuff it home.
And that's what happens when the big guy rolls hard like Artino did. He's gonna find himself open, and that's now 8 assists for Malcolm Miller, who's really just, you know, cutting through this Warriors defense with ease.
Bradford with a miss. Battle for the rebound. A jump ball is called. And it will stay, according to our officials. Or no, it will go back to the Formosa Dreamers. Possession arrow goes to them. A timeout here on the floor. The Formosa Dreamers with a 2-possession lead, 61-56. This time around in the third frame so far, at least in the first half of our third quarter, the Dreamers with a 15-9 advantage, and they will take the 5-point advantage, 61-56. Cheng Wei, he will now do point guard chores for the Dreamers, replacing Chen Xinyan. Jeff Wu also on the floor. Wu for 3. Oh, he gets the shooter's bounce.
And that was the same play as we saw last time. That time, Liu Shui for the Wolf Warriors had to sag down and help on the roller, which left Jeff Wu wide open on the wing to knock down that shot.
So lead has been restored to 8. Formosa with a steal. Behind the back, Glass all the way. What a pass from Martino.
It's showtime here in Talia, and the Dreamers defense getting those stops, getting those steals, and these guys know how to finish and transition. So finally getting some separation here.
A 20-9 quarter, and Bradford misses the shot. Dreamers waking up in the third frame. Glass saw the opening, feeds Artino, and ball will go the other way. It was last touch on Will. But you gotta love the fast break situation here. Artino behind the back to Tevin Glass, who takes full advantage of that opportunity. The Dreamers with a double-digit lead. Lee Jun stops on the dime, leaves it off to Liu, who throws the ball away. Turnovers, errors, misses piling up for the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, definitely. And now Patterson out of the game, so it's going to be even harder for the Wolf Warriors without their starting point guard in there. You know, everybody has to stay calm. In the first half, we saw great ball movement by the Warriors, cutting on the same page, and they just got to find that groove back. Yeah. We know they're capable of making shots. They just got to settle down and trust in their offense.
So Corey Bradford will go to the bench. This is a big lineup on the floor for the Wolf Warriors. Miller, the kick out to the corner.
And Jeff Wu has to know where he's at. Spaced out to the corner, had that open look, but his heel stepping out of bounds as he relocated for the shot.
So a turnover and an opening for the visiting squad here. Mike Bell against Artino. Facing up one-on-one, he goes to Sun Hefeng, who's got two guys on him. They go back to Bell, who drives and scores in the lane.
Yeah, good job by Sun to see Bell cutting through. And that's what happens well. That's what works well for the Wolf Warriors when they're able to move that ball post up and then cut. Don't just stand there and watch one guy go one-on-one.
And they get the stop on the other end. Patterson could not convert, though. So those opportunities, those are the ones that will enable them to hang around in this game. Here's Liu firing too strong. Sun Feng, good hustle. And that's last touch on Jeff Wu. 2:18 remaining. And despite everything that Formosa has done in the third quarter, this is a manageable advantage if you're the Wolf Warriors, Kurt.
Yeah, most definitely. You just want to finish this quarter strong, try to keep it at single digits, and you never know what will happen in the fourth.
But Artino has other ideas.
And that's where the Wolf Warriors can't hurt themselves. It's one thing not to get a good shot on offense, but you have to sprint back, protect the paint, and not let the Dreamers get easy lay-ins like that one on the last possession.
That time Artino had an open lane. Mike Bell drilling the free-pointer. 7-point game. Glass on the cross. Glass doesn't get the roll. He gets the tip, though.
See, that's a good shot by Bell. You make a three-point shot, everybody has to hustle back, stop penetration, stop the easy lay-ins, because the Dreamers aren't having, I mean, they're still shooting the ball well today, but, you know, they're not having 100% success against your half-court defense when you sprint back. So try to make the Dreamers earn every point if you're the Wolf Warriors on defense.
And a reason why the Wolf Warriors were in the lead earlier is because they've made the Formosa Dreamers a perimeter shooting team. And you're right, they haven't made a lot of three-pointers today. So that's something the Wolf Warriors can look on as Mike Bell scores on the spin.
Yeah, his offense coming alive a little bit. Started a little bit slow first half, you know, in scoring the basketball, but Bell showing us the array of moves that he has.
Oh, look at the crossover. Tian Lei from the baseline. Rolls out. Miller with the easiest put back off the day.
Yeah, Tian Lei normally would knock that down, but Malcolm Miller finding himself in the right spot. And the Wolf Warriors trying to, sort of forgetting to do the little things. Yeah. Hustle back on defense, box out your man, the things that were able to help them stay in the game the first half.
And if you're trailing like this, look at Bell there, hustle for the rebound. They can't afford to trade baskets for the other team. Mike Bell, no good on the jumper, well contested by Glass. Here comes Jeff Wu. Jeff Wu blowing by Lee Jun. Oh, no good on the lay-in. Bell gets it back. Liu Zhu tried to go to Bell. That was deflected by Tian Lei.
And now you just have Wolf Warriors just walking back, no one getting back. Malcolm Miller gets a dunk.
There you go. Fast break opportunity, and that's the Glass and Miller connection.
And just 7 players only. You're on the road. You've had a tough season, but these are the moments, you know, where your character really comes out. The Wolf Warriors can stay strong here, keep battling, you know, or this is a folding time as well. With 1 quarter to go, we'll see what kind of energy they can come out with.
That's a good end, though, for the third frame. Soon Hefeng scoring inside on the putback to cut the lead to 9. But again, it was the Formosa Dreamers who had a big third quarter that enabled them to get the 74-65 lead heading into our fourth and final frame. See the view here of Changhua County Stadium. Malcolm Miller already with a double-double. Kirk, again, hasn't been as effective as yesterday in scoring the basketball, but he's been doing a lot of playmaking. He's got 11 assists across his name.
Yeah, and that's impressive, and that's a sign of a great player and a sign of a guy who wants to win and cares about the team first, because he could keep being extra aggressive, trying to get his shot to fall. But right now he's taking care of his teammates and his team by just being the one to dish it out as well.
That time he kicked it out to Glass. Glass missing though from closer range. Cheng Wei gets it back as we begin the fourth quarter. Glass hits the front of the rim. That's Sun Hefeng with the rebound. Sun, of course, scoring the last 2 points for the Wolf Warriors in that third quarter. Mike Bell. He's got Glass on him. Sean Tess Patterson off the screen. A double on him. Bell stops, feeds Patterson for 3. Tess could not take advantage.
Yeah, Patterson has had some open looks, just doesn't have the legs to knock it down. We'll see about Malcolm Miller.
Miller got one rattling in and out, and Patterson gets it back for the Wolf Warriors. They are on the move. Bell on the spin. Bell off the glass and in.
And Bell has sort of been the one to take over the point guard spot, even though he's the tallest man on his team. You know, getting some extra rest right now is Corey Bradford, and it looks like he'll check back in, and his team only down 7. Bradford, you know, could be that extra lift to see if they can still stay in this game.
And Mike Bell, you're right, has 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists.
And maybe that's his more comfortable position, right. being the point guard, you know, at his height.
Point forward at 6'9". And Lee Jun, wow, knocks in the triple.
Yeah, and Lee Jun was, you know, like you said, at halftime, he loves to work on that outside shot. And that time, Lie Tien, you know, tripping up a little bit. Yeah. And now it's his turn to be open.
Doesn't take that 3-point attempt. And Kevin Glass, though, with a cleanup, working the glass here in Changhua County Stadium. 78-70 is the count. Mike Bell hounded by Malcolm Miller. Lee Jun hesitating on the free. Tess Patterson driving. Oh, that is stolen away by Malcolm. Here is Jeff Fu breaking away for that lay-in.
Yep, and that's where you can't allow that if you're the Wolf Warriors trying to climb back in this game. You know, the Dreamers are making the Wolf Warriors work hard for all the baskets. You need to do the same thing on the other side.
And it's been the transition defense that's been the problem for the Wolf Warriors. And of course, the Formosa Dreamers, a very efficient team, always capitalizing on those opportunities. Miller on the pull-up. Doesn't get the roll. Here comes Liu Zhu bringing the ball down. one of the tallest players on the floor. Patterson attacks. Still outside, Legion though puts it on the floor. On a rare occasion, Tianlei stealing the ball away. The bounce to Glass, and Glass attacks the rim.
With authority, folks, and the crowd loves that one. They get a 12-point lead, and Tevin Glass finishes above the rim just as well as anyone else in the league, and showing us how it's done.
And the Dreamers threatening to pull away 6 straight points. And Soon Hefeng will draw the foul against Malcolm Miller. Take a look at this play. Jeff Wu starting the break. Bounce pass to Glass, who just throws it down on that tomahawk.
Yeah, he was not very kind to the rim there. And Tevin Glass, just a fun player to watch here in the ABL. And, you know, the scary thing is he's just as good on the defensive end as the offensive end. It doesn't matter if he's guarding, you know, somebody out in the perimeter, or if he's going to toe-to-toe with a 7-footer in the paint. He's just a unique athlete and a hard worker, and the Dreamers are blessed to have him.
He is 6'7", 6'8", talking about Tevin Glass. Very agile, very mobile. That's why he is always a potential matchup in any of the games they've actually played. Or Chen Xinyan, rather. Malcolm, finishing with the offhand.
And I like that from Malcolm Miller. You know, his shot keeps going in and out, isn't falling. It's a good job by him to recognize that, put the ball in the basket, go to the hoop, get something easier, get your confidence back a little bit.
And the Dreamers have utilized this stretch to create a 13-point spread. Bradford almost losing that one, but the Wolf Warriors will maintain possession. A complete turnaround here in the 4th frame, and in the second half for the Formosa Dreamers, they're up big, 84-71. Final frame, Wolf Warriors trailing it by 13 points, but they will have possession in the next play. Bradford back on the floor for them, dishing it to Soon Hefeng, who's at 16 points now in the ballgame.
Yeah, Soon Hefeng, you know, does a variety of things well for this team. He's posted up, he's been ready to spot up when, like that last drive by Bradford, ready to go, and you know, he's battled really well against several of the world imports, so it's fun to see him step up for the Wolf Warriors.
But Malcolm Miller getting on the board there, 18 points now for Miller. Soon Hefeng easily his best game of the season, 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists for him. Here is Corey Bradford. Bradford, long three, way off.
Yeah, coming off the bench can be hard. He's also had to play extended minutes today with the Wolf Warriors, you know, missing some key guys. And, you know, it's tough to see that. You wish that he could have had more rest today, but you still got to hold your heads up high if you're the Wolf Warriors. You've competed so far. Yeah. Well, try to finish strong. You know, there's still a lot of positive things to look at in this game, you know, even with a loss.
Tevin Glass breaking away there. Again, that's another dime for Malcolm Miller. 7 assists now, flirting with a triple-double. Or 14 assists, rather, for Malcolm Miller. Already with a double-double. Miller will break away, 2 on the jam. And Malcolm Miller with 20 points in the ball game.
Yeah, great defense turns into good offense. Malcolm Miller finishing on the break there.
Yuzu, difficult attempt. Artino, Miller, another highlight.
Back to back, Artino, good connection, gets the board, and the Wolf Warriors have been struggling to get back on defense. And the Formosa Dreamers are just stealing this one away.
They've blown the game wide open as Bradford draws the foul. And Bradford visibly frustrated here. He's gonna get the call though. Here's the baseball pass by Artino, and Malcolm Miller left all alone on the other end for that jam. And here's the other one, the first one from Miller. 22 points. Soon Hefeng though continues to attack.
Yeah, and that's a positive note. The Wolf Warriors can take forward, you know, even not being complete, having, you know, a guy like Sun just coming out and playing high-level basketball. This can be good confidence for him going forward.
You see what I'm saying, man?
And filling in for the absence of Tai Chen, their top local scorer. That's Chen Xin-Yan called for the foul, trying to tap the ball from behind. So 3 team fouls now for the Dreamers with under 4 minutes remaining. They go to Soon Hefeng, the man of the moment for the Wolf Warriors. Oh, the nutmeg on Miller, but he eventually loses it. Miller, Artino, Artino goes reverse. Showtime here in Changhua County Stadium. Lee Jun misses. Dreamers on the attack again. Chen Xin-Yan all the way.
Yeah, and I don't think the Dreamers liked it too much when Hefeng Sun, you know, went between the legs, tried to do that showtime. And, you know, that's when guys take it personally. And so on the transition break, they made them pay for it.
21-point lead for the Formosa Dreamers. Take a look at the plays again. This was Chen Xin-Yan on the hezi in transition, blowing by Lee Jun. And of course, Miller feeding Artino for the reverse jam right there. You see the numbers here of Will Artino. Bit of everything again, across the board production from him. But Formosa Dreamers as a unit in the second half, they've outscored the Wolf Warriors 50-28. That's why they're in the lead right now by 21 big points.
Yeah, fatigue some of that, but other parts of it is just the Dreamers' defense stepping up and them just pushing in transition, knowing that the Wolf Warriors might not have the legs with only 7 guys.
Oh, Soon Hefeng missing on the dunk. But Mike Bell, luckily for them, was right there for the cleanup.
Yeah, the fans enjoying giving Hefeng Sun a hard time about that one.
Here is Chai Wei, one of the few holdovers from a season ago. And Artino will clean up the mess. 98-77. And with this impending win for the Formosa Dreamers, although we'll still have 2.5, Bradford putting that one up. Dreamers looking to go up 13-6. Quick stoppage. That is caused by Corey Bradford. Jeff Wu on the pass there. Tess Patterson looking to make his way in for the Wolf Warriors. He's going to replace Soon Hefeng. A career game for Soon Hefeng here. On the other side, you've got a couple of players, locals checking in now for the Formosa Dreamers. That is Tsai Changxian and of course Chen Xiaozhong. Cheng Wei, oh, crossing Mike Bell up and scoops that hoop.
Yeah, I love how just you know, Chang, these different guys just get these minutes and they're showing you how they can compete and do very well. It's not just the world imports that are making this Dreamers team one of the top teams in the ABL. They have a variety of players that come in and give high quality minutes for the Dreamers.
And look at the fresh legs here, Kirk. The second stringers, oh, what a fake by Jeff Wu. And the scoop and the hoop right after.
Yeah, Jeff Wu just continuing to show us his athleticism, his quickness, and you know, the Dreamers will be blessed to have him as they make a playoff push here, you know, and lock up a playoff seed. He'll definitely be somebody off the bench that they can rely on to give quality minutes on the defensive and offensive end.
That's another stable player on the lineup here of the Formosa Dreamers. And they're attending to a wet spot here on the other side of the floor. Corey Bradford could be done for the afternoon. Bradford hasn't scored much here in the second half. He was checked, and he also had a lot of rest, a significant amount of time on the bench of the Wolf Warriors. The pull-up jumper by Bell doesn't work. Patterson just laying that one in. 1:29 remaining left in the contest. There's the kick out. Chai Wei doesn't connect. Mike Bell getting the rebound. Bell, one of his best performances as well. Offensively, 16 points, 12 rebounds and 4 assists. Sun Hefeng forces that one up. And last minute of this ball game, Formosa Dreamers looking at an impending win, Kirk. This will be number 13 in the season.
Yeah, and that's what you have to sort of look. We know the Dreamers didn't have a great season last year, and the Wolf Warriors are sort of, you know, at the bottom of the ladder this year. But you got to keep your heads up. If you're the Wolf Warriors, you came in here, you're competing in against some of the top teams in the ABL still. So, you know, it's fun to see the Dreamers show you what one off season can do, and just how you can learn and continue to improve and change the outcome from year to year.
And they did a lot of preparation in the off season. You're right. They joined a lot of preseason tournaments, got used to the system of Coach Dean Murray, and of course the local players were involved a lot also in those preseason tournaments. Got acquainted with each other, and that's why they've been showing that chemistry, that good chemistry, pretty much all throughout the season up to this point. 104-79. And we've got 35.8 seconds left before we make it official. Formosa Dreamers will go 2-0 in this homestand. Chai Wei firing it up.
Eventually he's gonna hit one. He had 3 looks in that corner that were pretty open, and Chai Wei finally gets one to fall. The crowd loving it.
And they will dribble this one out. Dreamers a few seconds away.
And finding themselves down at halftime by 1 point. Great second half here by the Dreamers. And keep your heads up if you're the Wolf Warriors. It's tough to play short-handed, but they came out here and still represented themselves well.
And the Formosa Dreamers officially clinching their first playoff berth here in the ASEAN Basketball League, getting it in the second season. After a tough year a season ago, now they've turned things around. They're officially in the playoff picture here in season number 9.
Yeah, it's great for them, and these guys have put in the work, the time that it takes to be a playoff-bound team. And now they get to make, you know, and set new goals of what they want to accomplish going forward. Because I know this team has the ability, the potential to go and do much more greater things into the playoffs. So still some time. They want to continue to make sure they peak, stay at this high level of basketball they're playing. But this fan base is going to fall in love with this team more and more as time goes by.
And credit, of course, to the dedication of the management, who have invested a lot of time in improving this organization. The work also by that man, Coach Dean Murray, to get as much cohesion from these guys, from these players. And they've been fruitful so far here in the season. 13-6 and playoff bound here in season number 9. And in a bit, we'll be going to our courtside reporter, who will be talking to one of the players here. Kirk, good weekend here in Changhua County Stadium, and a 2-0 stint for the Formosa Dreamers on a 3-game winning streak in total, and it poised to have a good finish here in our elimination round.
Yeah, most definitely. They got to stay focused. I know Coach Dean Murray is going to do a good job of that, but it's fun to see how complete this Dreamers team
好，我们
is.
现在场边访问到陈
Always a
世
pleasure,
念，其实在上半场
Thank
比
you,
赛
Martin.
还落
There you
后
go.
1分。
Now,
那当时
let's
叶梦日
hear
教练
it
其实不
from
是那
our
么满意，在
courtside
中场
reporter here, who
在休
is
息室
with
的时候，
Chen
他有
Xinyan.
交代些什么？
我觉得他中场进来交代我们事情，跟我们一开打交代的事情一模一样。他只是说我们没有执行到一开始他交代的事情。他希望我们在更专注、更重视这场比赛，不要因为他们可能今天来比赛的人数比较少而有所松懈。
不过在今天的比赛的节奏掌控当中，好像宝岛梦想家在进攻、防守部分是不是都有一些稍稍的问题？
我觉得其实篮球本来就是命中率的一个游戏嘛，一个比赛。那昨天我们的3分命中率很高，今天他们确实他们的防守让我们外面有很多的空档，然后我们确实也出手，但因为就像我讲，它是一个命中率的一个比赛，昨天的命中率高，今天可能命中率就降低。那我们在上半场的时候，那个几个外线的空档没有把握住，所以比赛打得比较紧张。那下半场开始把握住1-2个命中率回来之后，慢慢分数又拉开。
好，最后也请你在镜头前面签个名。